Am I up? Yes. Okay. This is where I have to look at me from my own channel. And Dusty's on. Figures. To see if I'm still moving. All messages. Okay. And yes, I'm wearing my Kamala shirt. So we're here today because I was feeling better this morning and moving around, and my leg is now we're not happy, lady. Hi, Clark. I'm starting an organization for people with hearing problems. Already have our national motto. Could you please repeat that again? Hello to all and sundry. Hi, good vibes. You're going to be driving. Okay. I was watching one of the live chases this morning because LA lives for them. Hello, Dove. Um, ever since OJ, Twisted but True. And the one I watched this morning was ooh, don't run into the back corner of a dump truck in a Honda SUV. Helicopter had to back up real fast and go, whoa, whoa. I don't think all of him went outside. I think a bit of him went outside. So they called it within 5 minutes. And the news station repeated it once. It was like, it was a little graphic. So I get to use the microphone nobody ever sees that I've starting to bedazzle. I just have to figure out how to do it because I'm going to have it propped up because of the way, nope, that's glued down. Because of the way I have my setup. So chair can't go any lower. I guess the computer can go lower, but I don't want it to. Let's see. Starting a support group who talk too much is called on and on and on and on. Only 3 years and counting. I'm breaking up. Am I breaking up? What's the YouTube problem? Oh, that's their side, not my side. Bad lip sync. Oh, that is you. Yeah, get back off and get back on. The delay is, excuse me, the delay is your side. I know that because there are some people that when it gets really bad, I'll watch people and then I'll just go, oh, okay, I guess I'll do something else while I listen. So, can you do me a favor and get me a cough drop? I forgot. My secret box is in my car. I'm gonna have to get another one for here because it carries my cough drops and my lip thing to make my lips a little bit darker. No. No? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, that's the fun thing. On one side or the other, there's always something going on. Thank you. You can only. Is she there now? Oh no, she's not there now. Wait a minute, that's Sarah legs.
It's my chair.
Those are your pants. Oh, is that Birdie behind her?
No.
Oh, it looks like it. She never comes on the residence floor unless brought.
That was mostly for you.
No, but I had to show everybody else his office. His pants are on one of his chairs, as usual. So yeah. leg hurt. Hello, Adam. Top Chat created a cough drop made of endangered ivory. That's the only thing I miss that I didn't get from Bio Dad. He had a chess set made out of ivory, and each piece was wrapped up in like an archival tissue paper. But he used to play it, and when I found out it was ivory, it wasn't endangered or endangered at the time. So, and you, big giant head, Tula is the face wash. Wait, it should be on two. I shuffled around the things on my keyboard because I have, the triple key keyboard that does three different things. Even though I have another keyboard within reach that I can use too. Which I might like using better right now because my nails are shorter. Mm, I don't think it matters anymore. I have a keyboard fetish. So, yeah. When you don't feel your leg bothering you, you do stupid things like work on things that make you walk all over the place. And then all of a sudden your leg starts bothering you. And I wasn't going to do a live at all because my leg was ticked. And then I watched Aaron. Let's see. I remind you of a bad lip sync Japanese movie. Yes. Top chat. Yes. Dove. Adam. Fraud. It was me. Thanks for the advice. Okay. Yeah. It usually is when it's a lip sync problem. It's usually the watcher's side. I just get tired of having to go back and forth on televisions because then you have to go into history. Because the minute you get on a channel for like longer than 5 seconds, it will kick you out all the way. So that's why when it's on a television, it's a pain in the butt trying to get warm. Because of course now I'm cold. I guess the new Wegovy's working, so I was starting not to be cold all the time, but I'm back to it. I appreciate the heads up. Luckily, I found the perfect combo. Okay. Yes, we were discussing skincare and ended with bras. The last 15 minutes of Thursday Night Ultifa is just goofy stuff. So, since KA and I have been losing weight, we started talking about bras. So, yeah, I wasn't going to do it. I was totally depressed. Because my leg, it's been five weeks now, and it's gotten a lot better. It's not numb anymore, but now it just throbs if I move too much. So I can watch YouTube or watch it on my Fire Stick. Your Fire Stick, isn't that an Amazon thing? That they didn't do YouTube on Amazon things. I mean, I think I have the go around on one of them because I bought a Kindle. Luckily, they're cheap, hella cheap. So, and then they did they not download like a month after I bought the new one. So I bought a Kobo. For the record, I was in for skincare and out for bronze. I know. I bet you were. You have an LG. Okay. Yeah, mine are both Samsungs. Um, always getting like the sale ones, always getting the model before. So I have two. How big are they? How big are the Samsungs? I have no idea in the craft room in the bedroom. So all we know is that the one downstairs does a perfect black because my brother is colorblind and it's huge. I think it's a 70. And that one is, God, that one's at least 4 years old now, isn't it? The one in the living room. The brother buys high end. And since he's colorblind, he can see the um probably anime because it doesn't stretch out. He can see the black bars perfectly, and he can see them perfectly when they're dark, dark, dark gray. So I have an Amazon account and linked it with the Fire Stick for my wife to watch movies. You heard about all that in Amazon, right? You don't buy the movie, you lease it. I don't know why I would spend, well, no, I'm trying to think. There are a couple of things I spent real money on, but most of them were, um, I guess you would call them, um, what was it? Um, um, the blue that you used to rent, a Blockbuster. They're fancy Blockbuster rentals. So they let that one be known when, because people started complaining that the movies were disappearing. My complaint, which really ticks me off, is I got the revised version of On a Clear Day. It took me 5 years, 10 years to watch a documentary about Twin Towers. Twin Towers had a lot of like just emotional stuff in my head. So I got the original version, and then one day I went to watch it again, and it was different. They took a lot of the beginning stuff out, and I was not amused. And that's when I find out, no, you just lease the movies. Uh, which bugged me because the Downton Abbey movies, or that are through Amazon, so I spent money on that. But luckily enough, the BFF has got a DVD edition, so I need to find out how to download that into a hard drive. I'm darkness blind. The WHO labeled it the worst, most ironic disorder. Darkness blind? I always believe you because I'm colorblind too. So, which everybody on the planet, whenever I say I'm colorblind, they always go, well, you have to have a brother that's colorblind. And I'm like, I do. I also have two uncles that were colorblind. And yeah, I'm like the tabby. That's why Abby is mine because they don't make orange tabby, a lot of orange girl tabbies, and they don't make a lot of colorblind women either. We had a plasma and they grate in the wintertime. It's like a room heater. Yep, my brother had a plasma. I think I had a plasma at one time, and yeah, they are great room heaters. Yeah, not very good in the summer. I always get the brothers like toss away because since he's a tech freak and he's in networking, he always upgrades pretty fast. He hasn't lately because they've pretty much caught up. Darkness Blind is a vicious lie created for entertainment. That's funny right there. So yeah, he hasn't upgraded in a while because usually he'll say, "Oh, I have this television now sitting in another room." So, hi Eric Rader, how are you today? Welcome to I'm stuck in my craft room because my leg is pulled and pinched, and it's getting better, and that means I overextended it. So anyway, yeah, I was depressed. I wasn't going to do it today because my legs started hurting. And then I found Aaron doing it from um, Hawaii, and I started watching him. And then he started talking about him putting him sitting in the aisle, and I guess he's at least 6 feet tall. Um, cool. You've been hopping too, Adam. Good for you. He puts his feet up on the armrest behind the person in their window seat. And he was talking about how he basically spent a few hours in the elbow to the foot fight. And all I'm thinking is, no, I would get up and tell him to stop putting his feet there. Because he said his OCD made him change his socks a lot because he couldn't stand having socks on. So he'd take them off, put new ones on when he had to put them back on. I understand where that comes from. But I don't care. They're feet. Like my OCD won't put up with feet because all I see is bacteria. So I'm sitting there laughing at him and getting riled up, going, "You wouldn't be doing that to me." When I was canvassing for a political cause, I met a woman with different colors in each eye. Yes, it happens in huskies, it happens in people. And she was most likely black, um, because it comes with the skin. Um, well, albinism. You'll see at least one back in the day when things were a lot more concise. There was at least one person who was albino in the neighborhood because it's also a mutated gene that happens. Um, but Michael Jackson, can't remember the name of it, but yeah, it's usually with people like that. Um, some of the black skin things are very, very interesting. Um, and the reason I always thought is because they always wound up working in grocery stores because they couldn't get real jobs anywhere else because they looked scary. So they usually always wound up working in the in Lucky's or Safeway. So I was used to seeing people like that all the time. Vitiligo, yes, vitiligo. And that's why I grew up with them because they wound up working in the grocery store because people didn't want them around other people because it scared them. And full-blown albino people have, before they go blind, um, even their eyes are like, I can't remember what color they are. So yeah, you have this person who's got blonde hair, who has African American features. It's the only way to describe it, and shocking eyes. And you could tell someone who wasn't from the neighborhood because they would stare at them. I have told many people many times growing up, going, stop staring. And that shocks them into not staring. It's like, you're not from around here, right? Well, they are, obviously. So stop staring. Picture like 12-year-old me saying this to people. My mom would just sit there and smile. You worked at the Scientology grocery store, save point. My God. Perfectly bad. So yes, I spent a good 10 minutes because Adam would go, well, I just put my feet back up there, and that's why she was elbowing me. And I'm thinking, dude, I would like get a pen and like rub it up against the back of his or bottom of his foot just so he could be creeped out. At least he did it with socks, but no way would I put up with that. I am way too, are you kidding? I'm the one who will take I don't have them with me, my green stripe to go. I have like Clorox wipes, not chlorine, of the disinfectant, and I have them in travels. And that's how bad I am. When I was working at club for the past 6 weeks, I was doing the podium every time I started working there. Which got to be a joke when I used to work there normally because it would be like that's the cleanest front door they've ever seen, and people would love to work after me. There are Nilatonic people who are dark skinned but they have blue eyes and small noses. Yes. That was my argument when I was a kid. It was like, why do even black people have blue eyes and green eyes, but I have brown eyes? That's not fair. I swear. I hated my eye color because it was also, when I was younger, it was so dark you almost couldn't see my pupils. So it was like, because, also growing up in a multiracial world or even neighborhood, you've got the color spectrum on every nationality. I mean, I was dark brown, my brother was paper white. So it happens when you're in an integrated society. You see people all like shades and things. And the blue-eyed ones, oh my God, the blue-eyed people would get me because there were blue eyes and black people, there were blue eyes and brown people. It was like, and I would be like, that's not fair. I want brown or green or hazel eyes. So exposure to too much radiation can make people glow in the dark. They tell the vampires, but they suck. Hello, Nebulous. Happy Friday. So yeah, go watch Adam's like feed later on, his morning one. He's just like Mr. Sitting back, talking about his shirts that he got from Amazon and his plane ride. And then like Natalie and Cheryl both come in and do like a drive-by on him. It's actually really cute and funny. But it lifted my spirits enough to go, okay, I'll do it from home at least. So because my leg wouldn't have even been up for driving, I think. So it's not my right leg, but my left leg does have to move, which I found out in the traffic jam 2 days ago. It's like my left leg still had to adjust occasionally. I have hazel eyes like mom, but unlike hers of Vivi? Oh, hers, they're blue green. Ah, okay. Yeah. It's like when people say, only such and such race has such and such, um, thing with their body. It's like, no, they don't. Everybody, we're all a bunch of mutts. Sorry. Hers were brownish. Okay. My mom had like reddish brown, so you could tell she had a pupil. I'm the one who you couldn't tell had a pupil. Um, that's the one my friends used to say, doll eyes because you couldn't see my pupil. Hi, barbecue? Who's barbecue? But now I can't even go to Target tonight because my leg hurts. So now I'm gonna try to convince Papa Cat to go to Target, even though he's streaming tonight. But he might be. Are you gonna start doing the goth cumbia thing? There's a new thing out in the world called goth cumbia, which is a mix of a bunch of music into the goth scene. Found out because the big DJs toured last week and were at club last week when we were doing uh, Oakland. So that and we were getting a lot more brown people and black people in club. And there is one Mexican band that was pretty famous, Hocico. And if they were here, yeah, we get brown people, but we were getting a lot more. And it was sort of neat. I was like, wow. At first, I was like, they don't know what they're walking into. And then I found out about this goth cumbia thing. And it was like, nope, they're coming here. And I was teasing Papa Cat and the promoter saying that they'll become the like vintage DJs that everybody likes because of the stuff they used to play because the kids stay. They're younger. They're like I'd say late teens, early 20s, mid 20s because a lot of them don't have drink wristbands. So it's like cool. And then one kid I was doing when I was having him in on Monday, he was like, "This is my first time." And I'm like, "Cool. You'll like it here." And I'm sort of bummed not doing club now because the regular is coming back. She was on a vacation. And I'm the one who told the promoter that this was the type of people coming in. And of course, I noticed because I'm a brown person, just bleached. And so I was telling him about the demographic and what was going on at club last weekend. And he was like, ooh, he knows about it, but he just wasn't familiar about it with it either. Papa Cat didn't know about it. I forgot to ask the other two DJs. So, yes, like I said, a lot of brown people, and I actually said, I was brought up with brown people, and they actually are very respectful to their elders. So I wouldn't be surprised if they start getting more people because they find out that two old guys are like playing old stuff, with maybe their stuff. If we find out, go searching for it again. So let's see. Yeah, I can wear a lot of stuff that my wife's brother wears, but she's 5'2" with 20 inches inseam and 29-inch arms. 28. That's my inseam. My legs are actually a birth defect. They are technically supposed to be an inch and a half longer than they are. I wore braces from 2 to 5 on my legs. So they wanted to break them when I was 14 because the knock knee's so bad. And um, the few months before that summer, she goes, my mom said, she's having the best time of her life. You're not breaking her legs because they're going to break one and then the other and then go back to school. And she's like, you know what? I don't hear her complaining. Tough. So they didn't break my legs. I'm Jaws. I'm going to be Jaws tomorrow going after the protest. I'll be live streaming from the protest at noon Pacific. So if you want to come and watch it. Also, hopefully, because there's the goth thing. I don't know what the hell it's called at the Hornet. And the guy, he wasn't there last time, but I think he's here for this one. This one's once a year. Um, I'll be able to get a cricket and maybe a Dawn now that I have Natalie. And A actually has her tongue sticking out. She's a unicorn. Natalie's my squirrel. And I've been collecting the squirrel things now for easily 20 years because it's a mascot of the club that Papa Cat DJs at. So it's like that's why I have so many squirrel things because I've been doing this for 2 decades. They're tired of your eugenics malarkey back in Central Europe. That'll teach them. Oh, Colombian. No, there's actually Columbi. I kept saying Cumbria. Cumbia goth for real. It's called Cumbia goth. Ah, Benebec 33. Okay, they showed up now on my stream. Hello, how are you today? We're doing it from home because my leg is angry. I pulled a muscle in my leg getting out of Papa Cat's shower because my shower needed to be plumbed. So I slept 6 weeks ago. I'm with the Nortendo band Mojado's Date. Why do I have a feeling that's food? And no, a legit goth band called Hocico. I think I even have one of their shirts. I know he does. They were great. Of course, they can't come now because they can't get over the border. But the promoter's gone down there and DJ'd for at least one of their appearances. So I love that I'm calling him the promoter. I should tell him that's his nickname. Jenna Ortega has made Latin goth standard. Like I said, when I found out what it was, then it was like, nope, it's not us stealing, or it's not them taking from our Saturday night. One of the regular DJs actually was DJing in one of the rooms. I said, she's taking from the Goth Saturday night, but not us, but not the main crowd. And we're trying to get more people on the East Bay to come to the Oakland one at the every fourth Friday. He's going to do it this next month because I told him what was going on. So, trying to get more people over there because it's the East Bay. Coming to San Francisco, especially the older ones, it gets to be a pain in the butt. I've got good karma when I park, so I'm lucky. And the only time I ever had to park away from like the main area, we had a homeless guy who would watch our cars. So, this was like 10, 15 years ago. We had him for a while, and then one day he disappeared because he used to also keep the front of the club clean, sweep. So it was like when he disappeared, we were all worried about him because um, I don't think he had anything wrong mental. I think he was just down in his luck. So, but yeah, not everybody has my parking karma, and it gets to be a hassle. Um, some people will come in by motorcycle, but that also means you can't dress up in a dress if you're riding your motorcycle in. So, and you have to wear a helmet. Jenny, okay. Older women make good organizers because they're seen as non-threatening. Yeah, well, that's what I was also explaining. It was like, maybe you want to keep me at the podium because they'll be respectful to me. And I got called ma'am a few times. It's also why it sort of stuck out. I'm like, ma'am? And the older guys being DJs, it'll be like, oh, it's like my uncle DJ. No. My bio dad was brought up or was adopted by Mexican family. Um, so I grew up with, I always say a third because it's Mexican family, the white family, and the snobs, which are basically Latins that act snobby. So it's like I was brought up with a Mexican family. Um, and so I told the promoter things that I know for real. So it's like they'll respect you guys. They'll probably even like you guys since there are more people coming out. The 6 weeks between the time I started there and the time I left, there were a lot more diverse people coming, which I thought was cool. So, and at least one set of people were brand new every week. So, because I would drop that, I know what you're up to. Be like, oops. When they realize that the eyes aren't Asian, the eyes are Indian. So, Native American. Black Eyes Like a Doll's Eyes is from Jaws. Oh, right. Yes. Yes. My brothers would tease me about being Jaws. Oh my God. They're the ones who also told me that you could show movies on my forehead. So, yes, that's that's funny actually. It's just triggered a bunch of boys going, are you having fun in the water? My brothers. Ah, that is funny. Okay, where did it go? Uh, where did it go? Oh, okay, there it is. Are you Squirrel Girl in the Marvelverse? No, I am Lindy on the Bloom Cookie. I am a comic book character for real. And if Fuzz was here, she's having fun somewhere else. She would be putting up the link. Ah, it refers to natives of Guadalajara. I've had the variety of pozole, most excellent, also the hot sauce. Ah, okay, so they took that to make it the goth thing. Like I said, I kept calling it Cumbria. I think it was a promoter who corrected me, like Cumbia and Papa Cat. The Darwin Parking Sutra. I have a feeling to know what you're referring to. Uh, I'm not gonna be positive or negative about that. So they were talking about Adam Aaron. I don't know. I want to call Adam Aaron and Aaron Adam. That's why I call him Aaron so I can remember. Was talking about maybe meeting up with people over there. So if there are is anybody in Hawaii? Even though the island hopping is not as small as we think it is, he was talking about how wow, that's like for real. I guess a plane ride or something. Remember, all of us here in the land of connectedness, I think they're like tiny too. And it was like he was just like wow, and I'm like wow. But now I want to go. I never wanted to go to Hawaii. I got offered by my parents all the time, because they used to go at least once a year. And Aaron was talking about it, how it's not humid like Florida. I can deal with that. And there's a slight cool breeze coming off the water at this time of the year. And it was like, I can deal with that, especially now when I'm always cold. Um, but the brother loves Hawaii heat. The first time he went was like 2 years ago. And he was just like, I goofed. I think my parents even offered to take him at least a couple of times. And he was like, I can't believe I only found out about it now. I'm the baby, so think how old he is. I'm the whoops, so that should help too. Am I a Scientologist? Oduna, Ode on Ball, Bale, Ode on Bale. No, I'm not a Scientologist. Xenu, Xenu, Xenu. I am an anti-Scientologist. What?
to see if I need to do something.
Well, Papa Cat's waiting here to see if you're going to troll or not. Ah, core memory unlocked 3 years ago. That was the phrase of the moment. I know. I have finally gotten used to vibes. Oh my God. But 2 weeks ago when I started watching like younger things or the kids were coming into club. So maybe 3 weeks ago, I was like, I need to learn some of these words because also it's like the two guys I watch the most for the anti-orange balloon thing are Luke and Adam. And so it's like, what's with the vibe thing? And of course, getting stuck in the algorithm for the younger people, I'm just like, this sounds goofy. Oh, I see. Title got to you. Oh, no, I just put in what I want to be. Um, yeah, no, I know what you mean, the stream title. I just put in usually the song I'm listening to, but this time it was because my leg hurt. You've been to Hawaii. If I go back, I'd like to visit the Lani Palace. I take it that's the Queen's? She was the last one, right? Which I thought was really cool. It's like, a little bit of feminism there, without knowing it was. So, I want to do the usual touristy things I want to see, and I don't know why I should want to see the ship. Well, no, my dad was a coastie and my uncles were both Navy, so of course that's probably why I'd like to go. She normally protests outside the San Francisco org. Yes, but my leg is bothering me because it's getting over a pinched nerve and a pulled muscle. So today was not the day to be doing it because the Diamond Sutra is a famous Buddhist scripture. It's in the top 10, like the so-called Tiber. Ah, okay. That and tomorrow I have to, or I am protesting. I'm not going to do the march. So if Rib Daddy's here, we're protesting tomorrow, noon, at the City Hall. Tibetan Book of the Dead, yes. And then I'm going to go hang out in Goth Flea Market. Hopefully it'll just be this, two of these. Um, then Sunday, we've got craft fair. So I'm probably not going to be streaming at all because where the craft fair is really crappy cellular, which sucks for the people who do um, cyber payments. So hopefully they'll be complaining enough that eventually they'll put a tower or two out there and I can stream from there. But we don't get done until usually 3 o'clock and I'm beat. And with this leg, I'm going to be beat. I thought I heard someone meow. Is Bernie in there? Oh, both? We're getting the tabby on the third floor finally. Yay, she came up by herself last night. Huh? No, they're not. She's mine. My little butch orange one is mine. He has the supermodel. Has that pulled leg muzzle caused a pseudo nice? Can Harry have his cloak back now? People think you're one of them now. It does make occasionally it has made me limp and I've laughed. The one thing it's done the most is it's thrown my balance off completely. And since my left leg has real nerve damage that I did 23 years ago, and as I'm getting older, it's I was 90% healed and it wasn't even supposed to make 60. So and now it's starting to slip a little bit. There have been days where I stumble like I'm drunk. And I'm thinking, at least Nico knows I'm not drunk. Everybody else is probably wondering what I'm doing there, filming and stumbling. You went to a flea market, then you fled. Supposedly, we have one of the largest flea markets in San Jose, and supposedly the guy is selling the land. I guess you could say it's like a good old street market in another country, like India or something, and it's been there for at least 50 years, at least as old as I am, so 60. Um, and there are people who make their living off of just that flea market. So this started floating around. The rumor started floating around about a month ago. So it's like, and that flea market's pretty well known to flea market people. So that's gonna suck. You live in Australia. Ah, cool. Yay. I did a Scientology personality test once. The guy said it was the same result as Hitler, but if I paid for a book, I could become normal again. Oh my God. They really whipped that one out, didn't they? And I said his name. In the tech world, if you say his name, you have to stop doing what you're doing. And how long have I been? 41 minutes. Should I stop or should I not stop? I said the H word. Nope. Okay. Papa Cat said to keep going. It's a tech thing. If you said the H word, or as he said, the mustache guy, you're supposed to stop. He said he'll clip it out later. Yeah, that's so funny. While they're around since WW2, that might explain it, doesn't excuse it. What? Flea markets? I won't stop, Kay. No, Papa Cat said keep going because I'm also relaxing from being here. Remember, you guys are therapy. So I was having one of those really bum days where my leg hurts. It's never going to get better, blah, 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 even though my foot is fine. Um, the San Jose flea market would have lots of gulls when I was a kid. Yes, yes, me too. But someone did a tour of it. A traveling guide did a tour of it, and he was just like, it's a lot different nowadays. I'm surprised they didn't think having a test like Mustache Man was endearing. You came outside to relax on the patio and completely lost track of time. I wonder why. It's probably gorgeous there. I am so bummed. I was looking forward to this today. I already told Adam the facial stuff. You know, especially up where you are, it's really easy to lose track of time when you're outside. I know that when I'm up there. So that's why it's like neener neener. It's spring. It's beautiful up there. Neener neener. Definitely. Uh-oh. Do I hear somebody? Oh, the door on the balcony is open. That's why. So we're getting the bounce off probably another condo because I thought I could have swore I heard Birdie, but no, they were hanging out in Papa Cat's office, probably passed out because it's the middle of the day. No, I'm not jealous. I'm just doing that. My my leg is feeling that. Oh, good, good. Yes, Big Giant Head said that he was into the face stuff, just not the bra stuff. Oh, and I remember I have to order those new bras before uh tariff time. Technically on the West Coast we have until the 10th of May. Because by then it would take 30 days for a ship to get here. So that's why in Boston it takes 45 days. So they'll have tariff trauma for 45 days. So, nah, Mr. Dix. No, I'm not gonna say it. Has top place taken, but they would be able to handle such competition. H word or not H word. Who knows? Maybe he said it that way so I would say it and I'd have to stop. And on Sunday, we get kettle corn. Takes me forever to eat it now. I think it actually like went stale before I could finish it. I'm gonna get straight kettle corn. And I bring someone to, and I bring some to the garden buddy, my chiropractor, and I can find out what they've been up to because that's also why I want my leg to get better. It's like, yeah, walking around would be nice, but gardening would be fun too because I'm gonna get brown this year, not on purpose. I'm just gonna be out in the sun more because I'm just angry, and we haven't heard back from our insurance agent, so I'm having a distinct feeling that the poor guy that I scraped his paint off probably won't claim it. It's his first car and he just got it. He got it from Carvana, but it still was his first car. So I feel like a complete bozo because if he doesn't, actually, no, we have a license plate. We have the license plate. I can go find him. I think it's hilarious. I'm going to be the one helping him uh, put his claim on me if he doesn't know anybody that doesn't have an accent. His English was spotty, and he even called one of his relatives, and even he was talking to me with a super heavy Spanish accent, which I grew up with because the bio dad had one. I didn't know. Someone pointed it out to me, and then somebody else was like, "Oh yeah, your dad has a really heavy accent, or your father." And I'm like, I thought he sounded like me. That's why I can decipher accents really easily. So, you know, Scientology has its tendrils in the White House, right? Yep. Yep, I do. So it's one of the people in the inner core. But what's her name? Is Mooner? That's what I'm gonna call her. LL. I'm gonna call her Mooner. She's running the White House right now. As long as we still keep seeing him out, we know they haven't gotten rid of him yet. But I did notice that eyeliner boy only had eyeliner on the top of his eyes last night. He was doing an interview somewhere. And yeah, it's like, dude, if you really wanted to keep it up, you should have said something. Or you should have kept putting your eyeliner on because my mother had lashes thick enough that everybody thought she was wearing eyeliner for real. So he didn't have it on last night. So the bottom eyes were completely blank because he's got sandy brown hair. And I was like, you blew that one dry, queen. Ah, sunlight is quite helpful. Yes, I know. That's why I'm also taking a vitamin D supplement. The doctor has me on it, and I'm like, hey, she's like, look at you. You said you had a town when you were a kid. I did. In an absence of light, only darkness prevails. I'm with you on that. That should have a big duh. You're what, Clark? I can call you Kaz. That's why they keep the curtains closed on LRH Way because they have a lot of zombies. Vampires. No, 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 no. Scientology are not vampires. Mm-mm. We don't want them. Sorry, but us of the goth persuasion do not want him. Don't want all of their cohorts either. Yuck. I'm convinced that the Los Angeles Times has or had a safe pointer within the organization. Well, there's got to be a cop too. Um, because just because the other cops go there as security doesn't mean that there's one in there. They probably have at least one in there. As I mentioned before, I'm darkness blind to lie. Using that in like chat, quote unquote lie, quote unquote untrue. Hey, it helps me in KA. Big giant head. It does. So we know what to take seriously, what not to take seriously, since we both seem to be very naive in that, which makes absolutely no sense because she's got 4 kids, so she doesn't have any naivete towards her. I've been God knows where, God knows what, and I have this million damn stories, so I'm not naive. But dad jokes, dad, someone's killing children out there. Can you believe people complain about the kids screaming? We have kids in our commune and in our little like breezeway, and somebody was complaining about them. I'm like, are you serious? If you're gonna complain about the children, close your doors and turn on your air conditioner. They scream. They're kids. It's grass. Sorry. For being a crazy childless cat lady, I have infinite patience for children. I seriously don't. Even Papa Cat will go before I will. I'm like, don't worry about it. It's like my brain just, it's like autocorrect, auto child. There have been infiltrated by, say, the police department or the newspaper. I always tell the truth, partially. Oh, that's an Escher thing, isn't it? That's just a ball that's just rolling constantly. There's a cat constantly chasing its tail. Some of their editorial. Oh, okay. Yeah, but editorial, I mean, come on. Wall Street Journal's editorials are completely scathing on the orange balloon. And but it's like, but the front page everywhere else still sucks. Carrie Ann showed us yesterday. So it's like an editorial page would be who you want to suck up to. Would you like to do an editorial? Oh, my butt hurts. Have to go. I'm sitting on a quilt, and it's not very forgiving. And yes, it is a Hello Kitty quilt. I was lucky. I got it for $100, and it's a real, honest to God. It's a machine quilt, but it's still an honest to God quilt. So, um, I felt bad. Sort of like if I'm going to help the guy out who's, I think he's Filipino, um, who doesn't speak English well. It's like, I'll help him out because I don't want his family freaking out and saying, don't do it because they'll deport you. People suck. Some of the Los Angeles Times editorial choices when the movie Going Clear came out stood out to me, like one time when they quickly revised something on their website because of obvious Scientology input. Well, let's also remember who they donate to. It could be they donate to the Boy Scouts and someone's a scout leader, so they've got to be nice to them. The usual. I don't mind screaming. Screeching and shrieking, though, are difficult for me. Misphonia. Okay, yeah. My mom and I went to go have lunch on Pier 39 once to go watch the Blue Angels rehearse, and there was a baby that was just crying the whole time, and my mother looked like she was going to strangle her, and I'm like, relax, it's just a baby crying. What'd you do when we all cried? And that's when she came out with, you guys were the quietest babies I ever had. And I went, what'd you do? Gag us? This is why I miss my mother. Yes, newspaper. I almost, what was it the Wall Street? I used to read the Wall Street Journal when uh my first VP because he used to get it and he was always out going somewhere around the country and I was allowed to read his paper when he wasn't there. So I used to read the Wall Street Journal. And then when I found it, because when I wasn't working for him anymore, I'm like, I want to get it just for the fun of it. I didn't have $300 to throw away every year. This was 20, it was 1999, $300 for the freaking Wall Street Journal. That's nuts. The land grab has awoken the bear. When you know, then you know. Uh-huh. This is why I say, I have nothing to worry about. They're not going to deport me because they're taking the land that I would be deported to. New Mexico, Pueblo. Just found out there's a little bit of Inuit in there. So people from Alaska or and land bridge when they came down from Alaska brought someone with them. So primarily Pueblo, some Inuit, and I don't know. There's another 1%. The Inuit I think is 2%, three maybe. And then whatever is left over in there is I don't know. But yes, I can always say that no, I can't get a hold of my father's birth certificate because he doesn't have one because my grandmother died in childbirth on a reservation. So, babies crying don't bother me either. Baby cries are their own language. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. Dogs barking, cats meowing. I've learned how to start. I've started blocking out Birdie, you know that. Blocking her out. So I don't hear her anymore when she meows. She likes to meow in the stairwell. The one coming up from the second to third floor is like three with two landings on it, and she'll sit in there and howl because I guess the acoustics are great. Asked my neighbors if they could hear her, and they're like, no. So I have no real reason to make her stop howling. I hate when babies do the crossword puzzle. I'm down as parrot. And yes, I want them to turn back time. My Kamala shirt. I still have my Kamala stickers on my car, and I'm going to put up my Kamala uh, lawn thing with a cat on it. It's like I'm thinking, well, if they declare him, and then Vance comes in, and then Vance does a really crappy job, maybe they can make Kamala come in. But has he been on TV today? Ooh, I have to look for that. Does anybody know if the orange balloon's been doing any press conferences yet today? Because I always say, the minute he's not there anymore, it'll be 6 weeks, he's got COVID, and then because they want to prepare what's going on. So, baby's doing the crossword puzzle. I can just picture it like baby going, Paris, okay. That's just wrong. And that's also probably why my leg hurts because I can't stand still for some reason. Haven't been able to do it for about a week. And no, it's not drugs. It's only coffee. So let me think. Anything else Scientology related? I'm reading the big book. I think it's in the back of the car. Ooh, Heather Mack wants me to go with her to go see an archive. Sounds like it's cool. I gotta figure out what day I can do that with her. Um, because she lives in the Bay Area. She's trying to do at least a once a month thing at the org, which would be nice. Like, that's why I'm always like, people need to talk about San Francisco a little bit more because there's only one person there. My grandfather and his father both lost their fathers at an early age. Yeah, no, my grandmother, I don't know why she was on a reservation because my grandfather was from Spain, who I met only once. The bio dad of my bio dad. I was the only one who met him uh, between my brothers and me, and I screamed because I was 5. He bent down, and he had gray hair, and the sun just went back from behind him, and his gray hair just lit up, and he had these green eyes. It's also why I said, why didn't I get green eyes? So, I met the bio grandfather, but was brought up by the adopted family. So, and my snob of a mother told them not to teach me Spanish. So whenever they wanted to say something that they didn't want the kid to hear, they'd say it in Spanish. She did say she regretted it. Because I said, you should have let me learn Spanish, considering, how the state is. And she's like, yeah, I should have let you. Or calling more Okay, why was that misspelled then? Ah, there are probably irrigation managers still twitching about when Trump wanted to. He still wants his parade. I don't know how they're going to get out of that because he will collapse. The thing is that the reason there's never been a military parade in DC is because it's DC, and that's the city state unto itself, or its sovereignty, whatever the heck it is. And so they haven't kept up their, or they can't, the roads won't support it. So he just keeps saying that he's going to have a military parade in front of the White House. And it's like, supposedly he can't. So I don't know how they're going to try to pull that one off unless he just wants to see tanks go into the ground. So, because, supposedly the tunnel's all the way around the White House. So that'll be interesting. He probably, that's actually, when is his birthday? Yeah, mid-June. Okay. So yeah, they'll get rid of him before mid-June. So that way they won't have to put up with him screaming about it because he mentioned it. Oh, when did he mention it? He mentioned it sometime this week about his birthday. Because he said something like, my birthday's coming up. Not like anybody cares. Okay, Pol Pot, let us have it. So now I've reached my hour. So now I'm going to go and go sit on something that's not as hard as my chair, office chair. Your grandparents use Chinese? I know. Oh my God. It's so hilarious when your family speaks a language you don't. It is, at one point, they were talking about something, and I'm like, it can't be that bad. Just say it in English. Turn me around, send me out of the kitchen. The 666th of June, yes. So I've been trying to learn Spanish. I have Babbel. There's something else I got too. I have a lifetime to Babbel, so I should start Spanish anytime. I can understand bits and pieces of it. Words will stick out. Um, I guess they're not the usual words because if I say something, somebody will look at me and start talking to me, and I'll go, I don't know. So yes, thank you for joining us this afternoon. Hit the like button, then hit the subscribe button. And after this subscribe button, I think is $1.99 to play Misty for me, which is a Clint Eastwood song and is the mist that's around the fog. It is not a girl. And then with the rest of your money, go buy things that you might need that are coming from tariff. So I will see you guys all. Well, I won't see, but at noon we'll be protesting, even if I have to like rub Motrin all over my leg. That's goofy. Okay, I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Ciao, Bellas.